Cait.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think we're on now.
Yep.
All right. Hi, everyone. So, okay.
Everybody, turn around, please.
All right,
You're
wait,
facing
which
the
way?
wrong way.
Okay,
Yep.
listen to
Oh,
this.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I think we're both in frame, right?
Are we?
Yep.
Yep.
You're
I think
good.
everybody's joining in. I can't tell right now. So, we have to base it off you, Sophia. So, hi, everyone. If you're new here, welcome to Gloria Hornstone Studio. I'm John.
I'm Cait.
And today we're going to show you guys how to do something really fun in IQ Designer today. And we're going to make, as my favorite word, a bougie little sleep mask. You know what? I think I want the pink one, Cait. Here, I want the pink one.
Here, take the pink one.
I'll put the pink one on. Look at this. You know, I wore this last night to sleep, and I had the best night's sleep ever. It blocks out all the light, and I was like, wow. Like, this is like true luxury.
I feel like everyone could go with a sleep mask. I feel like it's a really good thing to have to help with your, like just sleeping well. I feel like this is something everyone should make themselves.
I know. I love this. This is so fun. And we did it with a fancy fill.
Mm-hmm.
So today, guys, we're filling in for Kathy. She is in Florida. I am very jealous right now. I'd love to be in that warm weather.
Yeah.
But we're going to show you guys how to do IQ Designer and actually make a in the hoop eye mask, which is really fun. So Cait is amazing. She made us a template, and this is posted on our site, right?
Yeah.
So you could download this. It's free. We're going to use this template and print it out full size. And we're going to use this with IQ Designer today. Can't hear either of you two. Are our mics turned up? Should I reposition? How's now?
I think we should be good.
I think we're good. Okay. Pure darkness. I wear one every night. Susan, I like it. And guess what? Today you can make a really cool one. Actually, let's like zoom in on these. So I like this fancy fill the best, I think. So you can make one with a fancy fill or without it. So I just did a couple different ones, but we're going to show them something even cooler today. We're going to show you guys how you can do one that's sublimated on satin, so you could use your own photo too. So you get to use the sublimation printer as well. So there's like a lot of different ways you could do this one today.
Absolutely. And like anything that you can customize, like it makes something so much better when it makes it one of a kind. And that's what
I know. I kind of like the
you
black one actually the best. This one goes with my pajamas. And it has metallics. I love metallics. So, alrighty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get started. So you guys know I jump all over the place. But you're going to want to print out the template. And whenever you go to print this out, it's free to download on our site. And is it on Facebook too? Or
I will put it on Facebook after the show. Okay,
perfect. Just print this out full scale. And then you're going to use your scanning frame. So if you're doing this on a Solaris, a Luminaire, a Radiance, or an Avenir, you'll just use this and you could scan this in. And we'll do that part with IQ Designer. Now there is one step we do have to do beforehand before we go into embroidery. And we are going to have to make a little elastic casing. So the dimensions, and I should post them on, maybe I'll make instructions tonight and I'll post it. You're going to want to cut a 2-inch wide by 19-inch long strip of fabric of that satin. And then we're going to fold that in half, just like that. And we'll just sew at about 3/8 of an inch just along the side that we'll use to encase our elastic. So I might actually show them that real quick, how to sew that and then inserting the elastic, because I know this will be new for a lot of people. So I'm going to show that real quick. So we'll jump over to the sewing machine. Oh, and I don't have a foot control. Here we go.
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Here we go. Now, I probably should have pinned this, but I'm just kind of doing this to demo, just so you guys know how to use a loop turner. So we'll just sew at about 3/8 of an inch. We want to make a casing for 1/2 inch elastic, Now, I forgot to bring some in today, so I was like, oh, well, I can just use the by Annie's and just fold it in half and connect it with a zigzag stitch to turn it into a 1/2 inch. You could do that. You could also make this a little bit smaller if you want to do 1/4 inch elastic, or if you need to make it a little bit bigger, you could also do like 3/4 inch elastic as well. But we'll just sew that casing and then back stitch at the end. And then we'll come back over here, and I'm going to show you guys how to use a loop turner. So if you've never made spaghetti straps before, or had to make a strap that you had to turn it inside out. What do I do with my loop turner? I just had that. Gosh, I'm like not even 5 minutes in, and I'm losing everything. Here, I'll just use that one.
Yeah.
So let's give this a good press first. That's going to be really important too, is you want to make sure that you give this a nice iron. So I'm just going to use the Laura Star here without accidentally messing up Cait's camera that she has set up for the IQ part. And we'll give that a quick press. And then to use this loop turner, there's a little hook right here. So we're going to unlatch that. And then we're just going to come in through one of the sides here. And we're going to scrunch it up just along that. And we're going to hook on the end of one of those stitches. And then we're just going to pull inside out. Just like that, without accidentally snapping it. If that happens, just kind of try to snag back on it. I could have secured it a little bit better. That's my fault. I've had that happen to me in the middle of a project, and I'm like, oh no. So I kind of try to get the one end out just in case first. And then there we go. So just like that. Now we'll want to give this a good press too. And what helps sometimes actually is if you even like wet this with water. I found like if you're doing like a bias cut, that kind of helps whenever you're ironing it out. Now I cut this on a straight grain, just width-wise, because we're doing elastic with it, so I didn't really want it bias cut. But if you're ever making like a top with like adjustable straps or spaghetti straps, and you're doing a bias cut, whenever you go to press it, just try wetting it with some water. It really does help, because bias cut spaghetti straps are really useful for a lot of top patterns. So I'm going to give this another press here. There we go. Now, our last step is we're going to take a little safety pin. And, well, second to last step, technically. Because we have one little bit of sewing we have to do before we get to the fun part with making the eye mask in the hoop. Oh, and we have to show them how to sublimate on the satin first, too.
Yeah.
We're making one for Gloria. So she gave us a picture of when she went to Hawaii. And she stayed at this really nice hotel. I think she said it was her honeymoon. But it was this really nice hotel that she gave us a picture with, and there was like a little lake and swans. So, but we're going to take that safety pin with our elastic, kind of hooked on the one end, and we're just going to feed this through that strap. Kind of take your time. And just make sure that you pull that through evenly without accidentally like twisting it and turning it. You know, I'd say this is a really fun, even beginner project too.
Yeah, this seems super easy to get the hang of.
You know, and if you don't have an embroidery machine, you could still sew one of these, but I think when they see it in the hoop, it's just so much easier. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
Because I've made a couple of these before actually. I gave them away. But the sewing end, it's like you have to do all the curves, but kind of doing it in the hoop was just so much easier.
So do you always use the safety pin when you're trying to put the elastic in?
You know what? So I couldn't find them. I know we had them before. They do make some tools for it, which are a little bit longer, and it's kind of easier to thread through. But I just kind of use a safety pin when I can't find anything. I have so many sewing tools at home, and then it's like the one that I need I can never find. Oh, and I'm sure everybody's going to ask for the size for the elastic. So if you're just using regular 1/2-inch elastic, cut about a 12-inch piece, and I would pre-shrink it first too. Could you use the loop turner to attach to the safety pin and pull it? Yeah, you could. You could do that.
Ray says that she uses her loop turner and hooks the end of the elastic to it, and she does it all the
smart
time.
too.
So.
That's probably better to do it that way. I'm just used to doing this way. This is how I learned back when I started sewing. So I don't know. That's probably a little bit of a better way now that you say that. Yeah, we could use the loop turner for it. So now because I didn't have regular elastic and I just kind of used the By Annie's double-sided, I'm just going to tighten this a little bit and kind of shrink it. And then we're going to tack down our ends on both sides and then just trim the excess, and then we'll give this a nice press as well. And then we get to go to the fun part. So we'll show you guys how to use the sublimation printer with doing your own designs on a fabric like a satin. Because I know a lot of us, we mainly do quilting cottons, but sublimation you could do on other fabrics too, like satins or chiffons. But I thought this would be just such a fun project. I might have to make my sister and brother-in-law one with just a photo of them from their honeymoon. That would be nice. That would be a fun little gift to give them. So, alrighty. So we just tacked down both ends, and we're just going to trim off the excess. So this is the only sewing part we have to do. And then we'll just give this a nice press, kind of even everything out. So I did forget to bring my regular 1/2-inch elastic. I think that works a little bit better. I could have did 1/4 inch, but I wanted to do 1/2 inch for the template that we made. So give this a nice press with your iron. I kind of already pre-did one, but you could kind of see the difference too. This is with just using that double folded, and I zigzagged it to make it 1/2 inch. And this is just regular 1/2 inch. So the regular 1/2 inch is a little bit nicer. So the fun part.
Yeah.
So do we want to show them how to print out on the sublimation printer first?
I think we should, yeah.
So here is the photo Gloria gave us. I think she's going to love this. This is going to help her sleep at night. So it was this beautiful hotel she was at. And look, you could see like the swans with the little lake, and then there was like little chairs there. So you could do sublimation on any polyester fabric, but especially satin. So I had some polyester satin left over from an old project.
That is beautiful.
So we printed it out, and we just used the heat press on a piece of that satin. And you want to use white. The white is going to be the best to do it on. Try to get a pure white too. You don't want like an off-white or a cream, but it just came out so beautiful. And that's printed on fabric. And like you could use that for a dress. You could do it on maybe like a polyester canvas for a tote bag.
Yeah.
You can even do it on like a white quilting cotton. They make a sublimation spray. It's like a spray-on coating to prepare it for the sublimation. But I think it truly works best with one of the polyester fabrics. And it's so vibrant. Like, look at the flowers.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I even think about people who use the satin for robes for different trips, like bridesmaids and things like that. You can sublimate a picture on all of the robes to make them custom.
So when my sister got married last year, her 1-year anniversary is coming up. Her and all her bridesmaids, they all got these like custom robes. Yes, she did try to get me to make them, and I told her no, I just didn't have the time. But like, imagine even doing that. That'd be just such a fun gift for Christmas. So doing like a photo on the back of something. And the colors are really true to Sharon. That's another thing I like to point out about the Brother sublimation printer. It's how true color it prints. So let's show them how that works. So we'll go into the Artspira app, Now, Artspira is a free app to download from Brother, and I'm going to let Cait talk a little
Okay.
bit about it.
So with this app, I mean, obviously you can do so much. They have so many different embroidery designs and projects, and they update it all the time. But today we're going to be hitting the new tab. And so if we want to do sublimation embroidery, we're just going to hit the printing button and then go down to sublimation embroidery. And from here, you can either take some of the designs that Artspira gives you, or you can use your own images. So today we are going to use the image that Gloria gave us.
We want to get to the other section real quick. That's what we did last time.
Oh my gosh.
We're just doing regular printing. But
Never
hey,
mind.
we should. I do have a
Yeah.
sample. We got to show them that too.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we're
No,
doing
you go ahead.
just design editor,
Just okay.
and then
Okay.
we'll just stick with the letter size.
Okay, gotcha. So sublimation paper letter, and then we'll hit done. And then from here, we can import our image. So down here, there is an image tab. You can hit camera roll. And then from here, you'll be able to select the photo from your album. So I'm not sure
So
where.
we'll select. Gloria sent it to me. Here it is, right here.
Okay. And so we will want to rotate this, right?
Yep, we're gonna rotate it and make it a little bit bigger.
Okay, so we are going to hit the layout button. And from here, we're going to rotate it, 90 degrees?
Yep.
Okay. And then from there, how big do we want this?
We want to make it at least, I should have cut one of these out because I got to show them. So you're going to use one of these printed out for the scanning part, and then we are going to cut one of these out. So you might want to print out two of them.
Mhm.
So let's make it at least, I think like around
I think it was like
8
about
inches.
7.5 by like 3.5
Yeah.
or something.
So as long as it fits that area.
Okay. So we're just going to size it up. This is about 8.28 by 6.
That should
I
work.
say that's pretty good. All right. And then we'll hit OK and done. You can save it here, but we're just going to hit don't save. And
You get 50% back.
and then we will hit the Brother SP1 printer. That's our sublimation printer. And then
We'll hit print. Yep. And it's a wireless printer too. So once you connect your phone and the machine with Wi-Fi, you could easily just send them over. That's how the Artspira app works. I love it. You could send over designs to the embroidery machines on Brother's end. With the sublimation printer, it just goes and it will print. And so we printed one out and we kind of heat pressed it. We couldn't fit the heat press in here. We have it out there. But this is just what we did. So we took our sublimation photo here and we placed it right sides together, and then we just heat press this at 385 degrees for about 40 seconds. So that's another fun way you could use your sublimation printer too. I know a lot of people bought them recently, but being able to make your own fabrics and like collage them, I think that's really cool. So now the fun part, IQ Designer. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's pull out our scanning frame. And there's these little green magnets that come on it. There's 6. I don't use all 6 because I feel like it's more that I kind of have to like crop out whenever we're cropping the image. So let's just use like 2 of them. And then we're going to just place this in and we're going to go over to the machine here real quick. Oh, and I got to put the embroidery.
some
foot on.
people are asking, the template is posted. It's under the free downloads on our app and our website. I will post it to Facebook too after the show. So it'll be up on there too. But
So I'm going to put the embroidery foot on real quick. So if you've never used the scanning frame, this is going to be a good tutorial on how to do it. Oh, Kate's, I'm in the way of the camera.
you're good.
Okay, so let's tap on our machine and wake it up. And let's go over to IQ Designer. Or on the Brothers, it's My Design Center. And we'll just slide in our scanning frame over here real quick with that image on there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about IQ Designer too, whenever we go over some of the different property tools and how to do it. But the first step, what we're going to do because this mask template is essentially line art, there's not a lot to it, it's just a nice defined line. We're able to scan this in and turn it instantly into an embroidery design. So we'll go up to the top corner here and press the little leaf icon. And then we're going to then go down here and hit line design. And then it's going to tell you a little bit how you can convert like a printed out image into a embroidery design. So we're just going to tap scan and we're going to hit OK. So it's going to go over here now and it's going to scan in the whole image. You don't want to have your fingers holding anything. That's why you do want to use the magnets. If I put my hand in there, you're going to see a little bit of my hand on the scanned image. So kind of keep your hands away while it does its thing.
So Cheryl is asking, would we be able to send this template over from the app to the machine, or would we have to just use the scanning?
So you know what? For everybody that has the Altair or Stellaire, you should be able to send over the template with one of the positioning apps for either Brother or Baby Lock. I hadn't done it yet just because I didn't get a chance to do one on the Altair. But I'm sure you could take that template, save it, and then send it over. Now, the next step, what we're going to do here is it gives us our scanned image. Now, there's also this grayscale detection. I'm just going to leave that alone for right now because I can see a nice, clear, defined line of the outline of the mask. But I see those green magnets, and I don't want those in there. That's going to mess with my design. So we're going to crop it out using these little arrows right here. And we just want to crop that kind of as close as we can. And then we'll just hit OK. And we could see this is exactly what we want. So if yours is giving like a blurry result or anything, just go up the grayscale, or you might have to rescan it. And then we're just going to hit set. Now, before we jump into any steps, we're actually going to turn this into a shape in the next step, and then we'll do the designing part. So one thing we're going to switch first, though, is we are just going to switch this to a straight stitch. So I want to talk a little bit about the properties briefly. So on your Baby Locks or Brothers with IQ Designer and My Design Center, you have a bunch of little buttons here, but I want to break them down kind of bit by bit. So up top here, this is our line property designs. So right now I am set for a satin stitch, which I want to change this to a straight stitch because whenever I go to embroider this out, like in the hoop project, I don't want it to be a satin stitch unless I was doing raw edges. So I'm going to change that and hit OK. And then I'm going to use the little line bucket property here. And instead of the pencil, which will draw lines, I can tap on a line that's already there and change the property. And then once we do that, I can then hit next. And then this gives us a little check to the next step. Now, we don't want to use this one because when you scan something in, sometimes the lines could be a little adjacent and it's not as smooth. So we're just going to use this as a template for a shape. So I'm just going to hit set and then I'm going to hit OK. Now we're not going to embroider this part out. But what we're going to do is hit edit. And then there's this little flower icon on your Baby Locks and Brothers here. And when we tap on that, it actually creates a stamp. So it will kind of trace around the image. So we're going to use that to create a shape so that we don't have to constantly rescan everything in. And I kind of like to go one up on the distance to kind of smooth out the line a little bit more. And once we do that, we're going to hit in the bottom corner the little flower with the pocket icon. And it's going to tell you it's going to go into IQ or My Design Center in the shape section as a stamp pattern. So we'll hit OK. And then we could clear out of this and we'll go back to My Design Center. And so now the next step we're going to do to actually start designing this is we're going to go to the shapes icon. And now whenever we go to the flower up here, we're going to see we have that mask pattern there now. So I could just tap on that and hit OK. And then now that pulls it up in IQ Designer as a nice and more smooth shape, which I like a lot better. Whenever we go to use the stitch properties, the stitch path is going to be a lot cleaner and make this a lot easier to turn inside out. So let's rotate this real quick. Actually, I'm going to use a 6x10 hoop. So I'm going to keep this as it is, actually. Now, the first thing we're going to do is let's change our line property to a straight stitch. And we're going to change the color of it. So I'm going to make this, let's say, red. And we'll just hit OK. And we're going to use that line bucket and tap on the line and turn it red. Then we're going to hit next. We're going to hit set, and we're going to hit OK. And now we're going to do add for our next step. And we're going to go back into my design center. And we're going to do the same thing. Now, if you're going to do one with a fancy fill, this is going to be the part that you're going to want to kind of pay attention to, because this is really going to be the last step in my design center. So we'll go back to those shapes, go to the flower, and then we're going to just select the mask again. And then this time, we're going to go to our fill properties. So this lets us select a fill stitch or stippling, or our favorite, a fancy fill, if we go to this one right here. And I'm going to select, you could bring in your own custom fancy fills too on the Avenir or Radiance, but I think, even though I'm not going to stitch it out since I'm doing the image one with the sublimation embroidery for Gloria and I don't want to stitch over it, I would use probably number 51. Oh, that would be so pretty, don't you think?
That
Cait?
is beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I should have did one of those as a sample. So let's hit OK. And we're going to then change the color. So let's make it green, just so we know it's a separate step. We'll hit OK. And then we're going to use now the fill bucket. And we're going to tap on the inside of the mask. And we're going to put that fill in there. And then we'll hit next. Now, whenever I'm doing the ones with the fills, I'm going to turn one thing on. And that is going to be the outline. And I want the outline, because see how there isn't a stitch around it right now? I think it looks a lot better with the outline. So I'll add that in. And then if you wanted to, depending on your mask that you're making, we can increase or decrease the size of the fill. So if I wanted to make it more filled, I would go down. If I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, I can increase it. And I think that looks pretty good.
I like that.
So I'll hit set, and then I'll hit OK. And now the last steps that we could do here is we can just easily copy this for another step. You know what? I'm going to change one thing while I'm on the live, actually. We're going to do IQ one more part, because whenever I made the ones that we showed before, I did use a seam ripper to kind of open them up a little bit instead of stopping it, but I could probably show you guys a little bit of an easier way actually for when we're actually embroidering it. So let's go back into IQ Designer one more time, and we're going to bring in the shape, because I want to show you guys how to use the eraser tool. So we're going to bring this in one last time. We're going to turn this into a straight stitch. And this is going to be our very last step for whenever we're kind of closing everything up. So I'm going to make this blue. Now you could also kind of use a seam ripper for this step, but if you're working with a delicate material, you don't want to accidentally rip open your fabric. So it might be a little bit easier to do it this way. So let's make this blue, but we're going to now use our eraser tool. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And let's just erase a nice little spot right here on the top of the mask for a opening. That might be a little bit better than seam ripping it, and then this way we don't have to kind of worry about that last step. So we're going to hit next, add, and set. And then instead of completely redesigning the one step for the first step, we can make our lives a lot easier by clicking on it. We'll hit edit, and we're going to hit the copy button. And that will put another one in there for us. That way we don't have to completely redo the entire step. So now we got to make sure all of these are centered. So we should have our placement stitch for the batting. The next one is going to be for tacking down the fabric. Our third one would be for the fancy fill if you're going to do it. And then we're going to just kind of use this last step, and I'm going to show you how you can walk the machine forward and backwards for putting on the elastic. So we want to make sure all of these are centered. So we'll tap on all of them, and we're just going to hit edit, the move key, and we're going to use that little centering button. And then we want to make sure our order's right. So for those first two red steps, I want those in the front. So I could tap on this and then hit edit. And there's this little button that lets you move steps of your embroidery design, which comes really in handy for IQ designer lessons. So I'm going to bump this one up. So I have 2 red lines. And then that's all the parts for designing it. And we could get into the embroidery part now. So make sure that you save this to the pocket of your machine. That way, in case you ever want to pull it up for later use. And now we'll hit embroidery. And we'll see all our steps right there. So hopefully I didn't overcomplicate that.
No.
I'm sorry, guys, if I did overcomplicate that a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is let's hoop a nice piece of wash away. Now, the reason I'm using wash away is because the first one I did was this green one, and I used tearaway actually. I wouldn't use the no-show because no-show tends to kind of shrink a little bit, and I just wanted to be this as light and airy as possible for the batting, and it's a little bit stiff because the tearaway is left in. The wash away washes out, and it kind of leaves us with a nice puffy and pillowy feeling because I don't want it to feel like a rock on my eyes. I want it to be nice and fun for whenever I go to bed. You know, Gloria said I have to wear this to the Christmas party.
You should. You totally should.
She said I have to wear this and the infinity scarf when we go out. So, who knows? That will be a fun one. So, we're going to put that wash away in a 6x10 hoop. This should fit in. And then I'm going to cut a little piece of Kimberbell Project batting. And I'm going to use 2 layers. Now, you could use the project batting. If you do have a high loft batting too, you might want to use that. But I think the project batting right here will be really nice because it's really soft. And that's what I like.
So would they be able to use embroidery batting on this too, like the gypsy quilter?
Yes, you could use that. I wouldn't use fusible though. That's the only thing I wouldn't use as a fusible batting because whenever we're doing those stitches, I feel like those tend to become a little bit more firm. And I want something that's super soft. So how about a naughty and nice hat? Maybe do we have any of those left?
Not sure. Not over here.
She did say I had to wear that too, actually. The infinity scarf. I have the infinity scarf. I'll put it on before the end of the show. So let's slide in our hoop here. And we'll just hit OK. We'll let it center. And then we're going to lay that flat, just like that. And we're just going to hit start. And we're just going to let it do that knockdown stitch. And then we're going to trim the excess off.
Someone asked, are we using any shape flex on the back of the fabric at all?
Oh, you know what? I'm happy they asked. I forgot to grab it. So it's all going to depend on the type of fabric that you have. If you have, and I'm going to show a little bit of a difference here. I probably should have used it on the back of this. I wouldn't use shape flex, but I would use the knit version. What's it called? Fuso Soft?
Mm-hmm.
I would use that. So that is a fusible interfacing as well. And I like it because it's very lightweight. Shape flex is going to be a little bit too firm for this in my opinion. So I would use the knit Fuso Soft. And I did use it on this one and this one here. Because these were a really lightweight satin that I had in my stash. And then the pink and the blue were a little bit heavier weight. So I didn't have to use it. But I would recommend the knit Fuso Soft. And we could add that into the lineup too. So we'll kind of come back to that in a little bit. But that is the interfacing I would use for that. Now we're going to slide this out of the hoop real quick. And we're going to trim this. Now, as much as you guys know I love my duckbill scissors, I really like these now.
Me too.
These are like, this makes this a lot easier when trimming, especially around the curves. So these are, did we put the Kimberbell or the Fomori brand? I like both.
These are the Fomori
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, the curve snips. Look how easy that is to just like kind of get there and trim right next to it along those curves. So you want to trim kind of close to the stitching line. That's what I would do. You don't want to leave too much. I mean, if you have like a little bit, kind of like this, you're fine. But I wouldn't want to leave anything like past like an eighth.
Wow, these cut really well.
I know, that just like cut right through that like it was butter. Speaking about butter, I actually have to run to the store and get butter before I go home. I forgot to grab it for cooking for tomorrow. Well, tonight. I'm curious, what's everybody got planned for Thanksgiving weekend here? Because I have a lot of cooking I actually have to do now. So now we're going to take the image here. And this part we want to be a little careful. So when we knock this down, I'm just going to kind of guide the fabric and I'm going to do kind of stitch by stitch. Now, I want to position this where I think it's going to be the best. I think she's going to want a little bit of the swan in there. So, because we're not going to have the full image because it's going to crop part of it out. But I think like that would be good. And you could also use paper tape and tape this down. I'm just going to do it like this for right now. Because with this printed image, I want to position it a little bit better. And whenever you hold down on that start-stop button, it's going to do one stitch at a time. So you could go really slow. You could also manually turn down the speed, but I'm just kind of keeping this guided. Oh, look at that. That's really pretty.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I've been saying I've been doing this project for like months and now we're finally doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really pretty. So this is a fun way that you could use your sublimation printer too with IQ Designer, which I think is fun.
Cheryl's asking, since we use 2 layers of batting, could you have made made the seam smaller to take away some of that seam thickness because we're using 2 layers of batting?
Yeah, you could. Somebody mentioned spray base. That would have actually been nice too for this fabric. But yeah, you could if you want to. I just find that this way kind of works really easily for me. Now, The next part here is actually going to be the fancy fill, but because we're doing the image here, look how gorgeous that's starting to look. Like we could see it starting to come to life.
And if you wanted to position it in a certain way, Sharon said you could use the camera to see where the photo lands. So you can make sure you get it all
That's
in
really
there.
smart, actually. Sharon always has a good idea. I didn't even think about using the camera.
And this is printed on satin, right?
Yep. So 100% polyester satin is what I'm using here. I'm just going to trim off some of this excess right now. You don't have to. I'm just kind of doing this to get it out of the way. Now, what we're going to do next is going to be the elastic. So I'm going to take that marking pencil. Oh, and I forgot to cut this out. So this is where having a pattern notcher comes in handy a lot. Do I have the pattern notcher? Not scissors. I'm just going to cut this out real quick. So this is why you want to print out 2 of these, because we're going to use this also as a template. And we don't really have to cut out the whole thing, just like one side of it. I think it's in the, oh, you got it? Perfect. Now, having a pattern notcher makes it very, very easy. Look how easy this is, Cait, to cut out these notches right here. So I just kind of hover right over it, and then we'll zoom in and press down.
Oh my gosh.
And it gives us a notch. Why don't you give it a try on the other one?
This would be so much easier than trying to cut it out with scissors. Wow, that was super simple.
Isn't that super simple?
Oh my gosh.
You just started your first project and you were making a tank top back at home. And she got one of the patterns and you cut out the triangles. It's a little bit easier.
This is way easier.
So
I'm gonna have to get one.
Now, the next step here is we're gonna just use a heat erasable marker or pen. Hopefully this shows up on this. And we're gonna line up right here, just keeping everything in the hoop. But we're gonna make a little mark on our fabric here so that we can line up our elastic strap. So that's why you want to print out 2 of these in case you want to save one for later use. But you know, once you scan it in and you save it in your stamps, you can have it forever as long as you don't delete it. So just like that, we marked out the little placement for the elastic. And I'm going to take the one that I have here. And we'll want to place that kind of in here. So I'm going to show us, because we're going to kind of tack this down in the machine. We're going to skip forward a couple stitches to get to that part. And then we'll do the last step. And then we'll trim it and turn it right side out. So I'm going to skip over the fancy fill right here on the one that I made. But if you're following along with this project, you would just stitch out your fancy fill for this part. So I'm just going to hit plus and minus and go to the next step. There we go. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I moved the camera. So I just went to the next step by hitting the plus and minus right here. Now we're also going to kind of hover right over those markings. And I'm just going to plus 10 at a time, maybe plus 1. And just kind of get that positioned right over it. Now, use some paper tape. I don't think I grabbed any, so I'm just going to do 1 stitch at a time. Ooh, and I got to show them how to raise their presser foot height. So we'll go to settings here, and let's go to embroidery foot height. So this is really good to know for when you're doing in the hoop projects. And we want to increase the height, and I'm actually just going to go to the max here just about, just because this is like a lot of layers with the elastic. So now whenever we go to stitch that down, it's not going to crash, which is, we don't want it to get caught under the foot.
Now, would you be able to add this step while you're in IQ Designer? So you wouldn't have to necessarily stop and go back and skip stitches?
So you can if you want to. I figured for the purpose of the lesson to kind of less complicate it, it would be a little easier this way. But 100% you could totally do that by using those notches from the first one. So you might just have to rescan it a little bit. Now, I did that one and I knocked it down. And we're going to go to the next side here. And I think I see my notches right there. There we go. And I'm kind of leaving a little excess of that elastic here, just because we're going to be trimming this down. So you want a little bit on the outside. But we're just kind of knocking that down just like that. And you could go back over it twice if you want, but I just kind of went over it once because that last step is going to go over it a second time. So we're going to take our backing piece of satin now, and we're going to do right sides together. So you might want to take a little piece of paper tape, kind of tape down your elastic. In fact, do we have paper tape in here? I feel like we do.
I can grab some.
I mean, I don't need it. So, and we're just going to completely redo the last step real quick. So we'll just reset. We're going to lay over. And this part, I just kind of like to take my time with it, go a little bit slower. I kind of pause and reposition my fabric a little bit too, because I'm kind of like pulling it. We don't want it to accidentally pucker because see how the elastic raises it? And satin's a slippery fabric, so I just kind of stretch it a little, just a teeny bit as it's going through, and I'll just kind of pause.
This is such a quick and easy project too that you could do. Like this is perfect for Christmas.
This is
making
perfect
little
for
gifts
Christmas.
for like stocking stuffers for everyone.
You know what? This is perfect for so many fun different things. I mean, this is fun for like little party gifts, little favors. I mean, if you're showing up to, if you want to make somebody a really nice wedding gift, like, I mean, you can make them a little bag in IQ Designer and a matching eye mask for the bride and groom, Mr. and
That's
Mrs.
perfect.
You can embroider on it. Oh.
And you can take even like embroidery designs that you have and again, make it your own.
So now we'll slide this out of the hoop. And you know what? Even Tommy was saying, he's like, well, I think I'm going to make one for Maddie, but I want to embroider a saying on it. Mm-hmm. So once we do this, if you did the fancy fill, you're going to want to trim this down, wash off the wash away. Kind of for the purpose of our video, I'm just going to show us how we're going to trim it, and I might just leave it in. But, you know what, and if you have pinking shears, too, that's actually better. I don't think I have pinking shears, so. The millions of pairs that we have here, but it's a little easier if you do have pinking shears. So I'm going to just kind of trim around this. You know what? Yeah, doing the opening in IQ Designer, this is much easier. I'm going to recommend that you just do that second step and kind of erase those stitches. So now we're going to trim this down to about like 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 of like a seam allowance. We're going to trim around it. Now, if you have pinking shears, this is going to be a little bit better. See all the curves that we have? So because I can't find a pair, I'm going to show them how they do the little snips. But I think it turns out a little nicer with pinking shears. So we'll trim. I hope Gloria likes this.
She's going to love it.
You know, yesterday, I didn't like see her out there at first. Like, I heard her, but then I thought she walked away, and I was talking to everybody. I'm like, what am I getting Gloria for Christmas? I need ideas. I'm like, oh, she might have heard what I was getting her, so now I need new ideas.
And like we said earlier, the mask template is posted on the website, but I will be posting it on Facebook. And then, John, are you going to be making instructions?
You know what? I think I'm going to make instructions after I'm done eating dinner tomorrow while I'm kind of sitting there doing nothing. So I think I'll make some written instructions for everybody. So we're going to do little snips now, and we're going to kind of space them about like 1/2 inch apart. And we're going to snip close to the stitching line, but not into it. Now, if you have the pinking shears, this is a lot easier.
Cheryl said you could use your pattern notcher for the little snips too.
So you know what? You can. The pattern notcher, I'm not sure if it's going to go through the layers of satin. It's really for paper. Oh, wait, it actually does. I'm surprised. I've never used it for fabric. You know what? Good idea, Cheryl. So you could use your pattern notcher for that too. Maybe I need to get a second one. I'll save one for fabric and I'll have one for paper. So we're just going around those curves edged. Now, if you're ever making a garment too, this is a good technique to learn. We just did little snips in the curves for when we turn it right side out. And then I'm going to grab the elastic here. And I'm just going to use that to kind of pull the one side and turn this right side out. Oh, looks like one stitch got caught on it. Here we go. Get that. There we go. So now we're going to pull this right side out. Now, I would first do wash off the wash away because I don't want to iron this right now because then it's really going to shrink and like melt, and we had our experience with that before. Cait and I were working on a project for the event, and we used wash away, and then we heat pressed it, and that didn't turn out too well. So
But now we know.
we learn. We live and we learn. You guys can learn from our mistakes. So is there a percentage off today? Yes, it is 15%. Now,
15% back.
15% back. Yeah, I'm sorry, not off, but 15% back into your account that you could use for your next purchases. There are some exclusions, so the machines we're showing are excluded from that, but everything else isn't. So you guys could stock up.
It is the time, I'm telling you, to get any basics, any like stabilizers. Like today we'll be showing sew and wash. I think it's a really good time. 15% back into your account. And
If you don't have a roll of sew and wash, I really think that you need a pair. Or not a pair. Maybe a pair. Maybe you do need 2 rolls of
get two.
I actually stocked up on some because I was working on a couple other fun IQ designer projects. So now I think we have our point turner tool in here. Do we have one? We should have one. I feel like I'm always looking for a tool that we show 8 times a week, and then every time I go to look for it, I can't find it. It's like the screwdriver.
Is the printer included in 15% off?
So the printer is excluded from the 15% back. What we're going to do now is I guess I could use the end of my loop turner as a point turner. We want to kind of point turn all the edges here. Make this really nice and smooth. So just like this. Melissa, you know what? So I haven't fully finished that denim jacket. I still have the buttonholes left I have to do on it, and I've been putting it off for a very long time. Remember the denim jacket I was working on at the spring event? That's a really long time, so. Alrighty, so here we go.
Oh my gosh.
And our last step, we just have to close this up, and we could use Steam-A-Seam, which makes it really easy because like I don't want to hand stitch. I didn't do it for any of them yet. I was going to do it later, but I was like, oh, when I get into work, I'll just use Steam-A-Seam. But you could use that, close it up, and I would give this a really nice press too. I'm just not pressing this because I have the sew and wash in here, but I think Gloria's going to like this a lot.
That turned out really good.
I can't see what it looks like, so I need you guys to tell me if it looks good. So I hope she likes this.
She will.
This will be a nice little gift for her.
Yeah. Yeah, that turned out really good.
I mean, I slept like a baby when I wore one of these last night. It just like, this is what luxury must be like. Like when I think of luxury now, I'm going to think of an eye mask for sleep. So, alrighty. But we have a bunch of other fun things, and it is 15% back today. So, like we always say, take advantage of it. So I guess we'll kind of go through our lineup. And we have those Kimberbell fabrics in.
We do.
Kathy's watching. She's going to be like, no. You guys could get the new Kimberbell line of fabric that they just released. That
We can
just
show
got
it
in.
now.
We should start off with
Okay.
it. I think we should start off
Yeah.
with it. So why don't we...
I'm going to pull up some of these.
Look how cute this one is with the
Yeah.
gummy bears.
These are adorable. So this is Kimberbell's new line that came out. It's called Sweet Shop, and it goes along with their Sweetheart Street, I believe that's what it's called, the Valentine's Day bench pillow that they're releasing. I love this
I
scarf.
think I'm going to take a nap. You know, next flight that I'm ever on, I'm going to just sit just like this. I mean, this one's good for like if you're traveling, you have an infinity scarf and an eye mask, and you could tune everyone out and go to sleep. All right, but I guess I'll get a little bit serious. Laura did tell me I had to do this today, so she wanted me to wear this with the infinity scarf. Look at these fabrics. Oh, I love this.
These are adorable.
So what's this collection called?
This is Sweet Shop.
Sweet Shop.
And it's Maywood Studio, very, like, obviously high-quality fabric. Kimberbell always goes with the best, and they always use Maywood for their fabric. This is adorable.
I love this. Wait, look at this. Look how adorable it is. The little strawberries with the hearts, the lollipops. This would be really good for even, like, something Valentine's Day related.
Yeah. I think anything, like, this whole line would be really cute if you're making anything for little girls. Like different dresses. I know Sherry loves to make dresses.
That
And so
would be
this line
cute.
would be perfect for it.
So, yeah, look at this. You know what this would also be really nice for, too? Is just even, like, home decor. So, like, Tommy's, his first box that he did, if you still have that design, you could make another one.
Yeah.
That'd be so
That
cute
would
with
be
this fabric.
perfect. Oh my gosh.
You might have to make one for your apartment.
I might have to.
That would be really cute.
And again, this is brand new. We just got this the other day.
I know.
We haven't
Brand
shown
new.
it yet.
And we're giving 15% back on it. Kathy's still watching. She is going to be mad at me. So,
But yeah, this is beautiful.
yeah. So we'll just zoom in one more time. So this one's called what again?
Candy Kaleidoscope.
Candy Kaleidoscope. Okay, I love this.
And I can see making any of those little Molly bags or any of the Kimberbell, like the log cabin bags.
The
and-
Molly bag would be perfect with this because it's almost like, I don't want to say it's like a cheater cloth, but like you could say it almost looks like little charms almost
Yeah,
sewn together,
yeah.
but it's not. Like you could tell it is, but it isn't.
And all of the little details in here. So there's little dots, but there's also little stars lining all of these. Oh my gosh. This
So,
is adorable.
This is really pretty. Now look at this next one.
This
is
might
just-
be my favorite.
This is you. If I had to describe Cait with a fabric, this is like your aesthetic.
Little cherries. These are adorable. It's on a nice little white background. There's some pink, red, burnt orange cherries, and this would be really cute for any like home decor.
Home decor.
Pillows, curtains.
Napkins even.
Yeah,
You know what? This
napkins.
would be so cute for like around the springtime because you know what? The very second Christmas is over, we're all going to be starting our spring projects.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we have to start planning our spring project. Yeah, I just think this is so cute. I love this.
Yeah, this is adorable. And again, 15% back on brand new fabric.
I know, and this is
Brand
going to
new
be the
Kimberbell
only time
fabric,
that's going to be like that. Like I've been saying, it's like Black Friday month, but it's really Black Friday week this week here.
Yeah,
Now look
Alright.
at this one. This is a good blender, I think.
I agree. And I think Tiffany showed this yesterday, but this would work great for bags. She loves this with like a bag lining or
Ooh.
like straps or
You
anything.
know what? Where is... I'm going to go grab that. I'll let you describe that real quick.
But yeah, these are beautiful. This is Bias Stripe Multi, and it just has like a nice little rainbow effect with like a cream background. This would be perfect for bias binding. anything like finishing off a quilt, backing, like I said, lining for a bag. This is beautiful. And again, great quality. This is Maywood Studios. This is adorable.
Cait, I have no idea what I did with it from yesterday. So yesterday I showed how to use that belt loop binder with the applied. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of me.
That would be, oh my gosh, this would be beautiful with that.
That would be a fun color.
Yeah.
Wait, like even the whole collection. So this is the pillow front. I still got to finish it, but we did like a really cool woven effect with the belt loop binder, and we wove these strips, and I showed you guys how to do it. But imagine using even this for like that pillow front.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And make sure to waitlist authorize because we can get more of this fabric. So if any of it goes to waitlist,
Yeah,
we can get more.
You know what? Yeah, we can definitely get more. So.
All right, I think this is my second favorite.
This is cute.
Oh my gosh. I love the color. It's a little checkerboard diamond pattern.
Look at this. It's like little diamonds. So it's like, I would say strawberry and a raspberry.
Yes, yes.
This is making me really hungry. You know, we had Roberta, who's a customer that lives close by. Well, yeah, we could say her name. She's probably watching. She brought us in these delicious chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that was the first time in months that I probably ate chocolate like that. And there was this raspberry truffle one that was so good. This is what that's making me think of. I am getting really hungry right now for sweets while I'm looking at this fabric.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I feel like this would go really well with that cherry fabric. This goes, oh yeah, that's beautiful.
You know what?
Again, making a bag out of this.
Oh wait, what if we could get Tiffany to make like a woven bag with these fabrics?
Well, we do have that. She did make a woven bag.
Did she?
She has her own patterns for it.
Oh yeah, well there's that one that she did. But like one with the belt loop binder would be cool.
That would be
with
really
the
cool.
applaud stitch.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to think of one. See, I get all these ideas. I just don't get the time to make them.
All right.
Look how cute this is.
Oh, so this matches. This is another one of the cherries, but with a light turquoise background. Wow, this is so adorable. Again, Aline said little girls' dresses. Honestly, I could even see, I know these aren't typical like Christmas colors or anything, but if a little girl wanted a custom stocking made, you could definitely use this line
that
of
would
fabric.
be cute. So you know what? Here's what I'm getting, okay? My aunt, she leaves up her Christmas tree year round, and she decorates it for every other season now, and it actually looks really pretty. She does one for Valentine's Day, one for 4th of July. She always has a bunch of parties at her house. So every time we go there, she has a new set of decorations up. But why not do the same thing with stockings? You could make a Valentine's Day stocking. That's what I was kind of thinking of when you said that.
Oh my gosh, this next one. Little gummy bears. This is
cute.
adorable. This would be great for a bag lining. Again, little girls' clothes. Like this is like the perfect line.
This is really the perfect line. If you like to make those dresses like Sherry makes, I think this is a beautiful fabric collection.
Yeah. Melissa said you can make project bags for knitting.
Mm-hmm.
Just little bags like this. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. This is really cute fabric. And again, this is new collection, and it matches that of the Sweetheart Street project that they're doing.
I know, you got all the different flavors of gummy bears. You got lime, blue red. Well, I should say colors. I'm thinking flavors. Oh, I'm really hungry right now. But this is so cute. You know what? I think I saw so those like little 3D animals. I did see something on Facebook that somebody made one. I think you do like a decent bit of hand stitching to put it together, which you guys know I don't like to always do that. But that would be really cute for like a little stuffed animal bear.
That would be really cute. That would be adorable.
I kind of want to make one now.
Sharon said that Riley Blake has a Halloween stocking panel. So we
can
make Halloween.
Showed me that.
We can make stockings year round. That would be adorable.
We got to do one in IQ Designer.
We do.
We have to. Next year with the Christmas fabrics Gloria ordered. Oh, those are going to be so much fun with those IQ Designer projects that we planned.
Now this next one is super adorable. So this one is Cupcakes Blue. And it's that same like turquoise. This is actually a bit darker than the cherry turquoise. But this is a nice turquoise background with little cupcakes, strawberries, cherries, flowers, sprinkled in with like the tiny little flowers in between.
I know,
This
these
is
are
adorable.
cute. And like little flowers in the shape of a heart.
Mhm.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, this line is truly adorable. And again, 15% back, new line, new Kimberwell fabric.
I know, only
And-
time this one's going to be 15% back. So do they have a project plan with this?
We do. They
do.
have the Sweetheart Street bench pillow that they're coming out with, and we actually have everything in for that now. So if you want to get that, we'll be showing that after all the fabric. But
Yeah, I would totally get
I would
this now.
definitely take advantage. Like, I know it's a bit early for spring and Valentine's Day fabric, but we have it now, 15% back. I would get your hands on it before we can't get any more.
Exactly. And if you are local, so we're going to be open Friday and Saturday. Come in. We have so much Christmas fabric that was upstairs. I was demoing a machine and everybody just kept bringing down fabric and fabric and fabric. So we have a really good deal, especially if you're local and in store.
Yeah.
And I think Gloria will be on Friday with it too. But
Yeah,
we have like an abundance of Christmas fabric.
we do.
So
we do. And
might wanna stock up.
Carol is back. So she is making the show for Fabric Frenzy on Friday, and I know she has tons of great fabrics picked out and lots of good bargains, and it'll be super fun.
You know what was funny last Friday? Carol she didn't get mad, but she said on the live, she's like, John is in big trouble with me. She had to bring in her Elissimo for service. It was going to be a while till Zach and Joe could get to it. So she wanted to see a Solaris, and she ended up leaving with one today. So she was like, you're in trouble because now I want this machine. But look at this next
this
one.
is that same fabric with a white background this time. And
Now, is there like a little, is it white or does it look like a little bit of like a misty white?
I would
Like-
say a misty white. You can kind of see the grain of the fabric, which is really cute.
Maybe that's what it's making me think. Because it almost looks like there's like a little purple mist. But
Yeah.
maybe it's just the grain that it's giving that effect, which I really like.
Yeah, but this is super adorable. Again, all I can think of is bags. Little bags, little Molly bags would be adorable.
Yep.
Oh, Kathy said she was selling her new fabric.
Love you, Kathy.
All right. And we have tons more, so we can fly through this because, again, 15% back.
Yeah. We'll get
Like-
through the rest of it before Kathy gets mad at us.
This next one, this is adorable.
Oh, look at that. That's really nice.
All right. Oh, and even going with this main fabric was hidden below everything, but this goes with all of the other fabrics we've shown. But this one is beautiful. This is called Hearts Multi, and it has that white background, and you can see all of the very tiny little hearts in all different colors, and this is adorable. Again, bag lining. This would be really cute for appliques. I would definitely use this for applique. This can be used in, like, again, it's like rainbow. So this goes with a lot of different fabrics. It doesn't have to even stick with this line. You can
know
use this
what?
with so much.
I'm going to the first thing off the bat that I see when I look at this is perfect if you're making like a little kid's quilt for like their first birthday.
Yeah.
Because look, it has all the colors of like confetti into it.
Mhm.
So this is a good one to have in your stash, especially if you need it for a blender.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what? We love to stitch. Did they have like a birthday placemat? I swear they had one. Maybe they didn't, but you could make one with that template.
Mhm.
If you made a birthday placemat for a kid's
That
first
would be
birthday,
adorable.
that would be really pretty.
This would be the perfect fabric to do it with, too.
I know, that would be.
And next up, we have this fabric, and this is a tone on tone. And this is called Sweet Streets, and in the color blue. It's this nice turquoise color, and you have so many different sayings. Is this okay?
Maybe we should. Well,
It's
we
not
can see it. It's not
directional.
directional.
Yeah.
It just the words go different ways. So,
So there's
but you have Candylicious, Magical Morsels,
Peppermint Paradise.
Sweet Tooth, Candyland Magic. Gosh, I'm really craving some of those chocolates. I might have to go buy some. But
Yeah.
this is so cute. I love this. And I like
Yeah.
the shade of blue. Oh, and look at
Me
the
too.
pink that goes with it.
Yeah, this is the same fabric, but in the shades of pink, and this is adorable. Again, and I like that it's all, I love tone on tones. This is perfect.
You know what? I think I might like the pink one better.
I like the pink one better too, I think. And because it's tone on tone, there might be a lot going on with the fabric, but it's super easy on the eye too. It's not too busy.
You know, if you make the large one of Tommy's wall hanging, because that's the one that I first go to, and you do those strips, you would be able to see a nice bit of the words. That would be so pretty.
That would be super pretty. Deb Emerson said, I think these fabrics would work well with rope bowls because of the small scale prints. I agree.
Mary Lou would love to do. We have to have Mary Lou do one.
We do.
That would be perfect for like the bottom. Or she even did the one that she like wrapped the ribbon with. That would be fun.
That would
I still
be
haven't
super
made
fun.
one yet.
Yeah.
I've been saying to Mary Lou, can you show me how to make a rope bowl for like the longest time? So she's so good at them.
All
wow,
right,
there's a lot more to this collection.
There is.
So
This
here,
next
I'll grab
one.
and I'll let you describe them.
All right. This next one is called Candy Salad. And it has a nice pink background, and this is tons of different candies, like gummy bears, lollipops, sprinkled in with little hearts, and all little candies with cherries on them. And I really love the colors that they went with here. These blues are more like purplish blues, or what does Carol say? Purple?
Purple. I like
more
that.
of a purple. Yeah, these are adorable. This is great. This goes with everything in the line. It
You know
incorporates
what?
all of those.
That would be
Oh.
so cute even for an eye mask.
That would be super cute for an eye mask.
We're showing all this fabric and we didn't even
This
say to use it
matches
for an
the
eye
satin,
mask.
yeah.
I would probably use a satin on the inside, but you could use a cotton on the outside, I think.
This would be really cute. So say you had your own little satin eye mask and then matching pajamas to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
This would be super cute as pajamas.
Oh my gosh, you know what? I still need to teach pajamas at some point.
Yeah. Now this would be adorable.
Yeah, I really like this collection. It's just fun and it's vibrant.
Super fun. Okay, so we have this next one.
Oh,
Ooh.
Linda and Kathy are calling us out. What if we told them it actually wasn't Steve this time? This was us. I'm just kidding. When in doubt, put it on Steve.
Okay, so this is called Candy Lines in blue. And it's actually this same print that we had before this, but it's all line art. And again, this is tone on tone. It's super pretty, super easy on the eyes. You could definitely use this as a background or for appliques even on different projects. I think this is super sweet.
You know what? This would look really good for appliques too, in my opinion. I could just see so many fun ones because like even the next one, I really like this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is the same thing, Candy Lines, but in red. And yeah, this is beautiful. Again, for Valentine's Day, Tommy's, what was it called? The Love
Sweet Love. That's what it was
the
called. I couldn't
herringbone.
think of the name of it for the longest time.
This is the perfect line to make something new with that. You can make matching table toppers and placemats, and yeah, this is beautiful. This would even work, I think, for if you wanted to make something for Christmas because this red is very Christmassy.
Yeah,
red.
I mean, you got like peppermints in here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm noticing. So this could kind of blend in with your Christmas as well. I mean, like Kathy said, it's a toss print, and I love it. It's just like, this just blends in.
Yeah, this
like
is
the
beautiful.
OESD candy Christmas stuff, those designs would
those
kind of
would go
blend
really
in
good.
with this. I could see it.
And again, brand new, 15% back. I would definitely get it while it's here.
You have to, because look, Kathy's in the comments and she's like, "You guys are selling my new fabric." I know the only time they'll get 15% back on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, look at this next one. Now, this one, I think everybody needs this. So, everybody just put this one in your cart. This is perfect for Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. It's the same little tiny hearts, but with the pink background, and it's like more of a blush pink, I'd say. And there's little darker pinks, some purples, white hearts, little dots. And this is a great fabric for like a blender or applique, or like Deb said, those little rope bowls. This would be great for the bottoms of them and the ribbons.
Honestly, like with this one, this blends in with so many different things. Didn't we make... Oh yeah, we did. You know what? I'm going to grab it real quick. I got it hanging up right here.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Lois said this would make beautiful tree skirts. I agree, especially since John said that his aunt keeps the Christmas tree up year round. This would be perfect for a Valentine's Day tree skirt.
Remember when we made these?
my
This was a
gosh.
while ago.
This would be perfect.
So we did an IQ designer using the Brother Print Moda. We used those. I feel like we always use one of the printers every time you and I do IQ designer. But we did Kathy and her hubby, and then we also did my sister and brother-in-law. This would be perfect backing fabric for something like this for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this would be perfect.
And you can make this a wall hanging or like a hot pad.
Hot pad. You can even make a little pillow.
You could
Like
make
this
a pillow.
this fabric would be perfect for it. I might have to make one for Valentine's Day.
You should.
I should.
You should. You know what? We'll maybe post the replay of this one. We did this like a year ago. Oh, a year went by already.
Oh wow, this next fabric, this goes perfect with this one.
You know, I'll clear these ones
Yeah.
out and we'll just do the next row. But I love these. No, yeah, that would actually look... I think the little heart prints would go perfect for...
I think those are good basics to have in your collection, in your stash. But yeah, this next one, it's another bias stripe, and this is in pink. And these are beautiful shades of purple, pink, orange. This could be used for so much.
You know what? You can use this for your binding. I think anytime I see a stripe like this on the bias, this is perfect for a binding.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go back to the project we did yesterday with the belt loop binder and doing like a woven one. If you did this and the other color, I think that would make a fun one.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Wow. It's just, this line is super cute. Oh, and this next one.
So it's the gummy bears, but with pink.
Yeah, it has that blush background. And this is adorable. And what size would you say these gummy bears are?
About like a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
I'd say about a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, these are super adorable. Again, kids' PJ pants, or Linda said, family PJ pants.
I would make
Giving
family
matching
PJ
pajamas.
pants.
These are adorable. Again, great for like bag linings and
You
cute
know
little
what? I'm going to make a
projects.
PJ set with this fabric. I'm going to have my eye mask that goes with it. I'm going to have my infinity scarf. And then next like long trip that's what I'm going to wear.
Perfect. Yeah, pillowcases. Lois said pillowcases. These would be great for pillowcases.
It would be great for a pillowcase.
And we have
So-
another one of these.
These are great blenders. I love
Yeah.
that we have a different shade. So this one is that tossed print again.
Yeah. Candyline's pink. This is more of a purpley
This is like
pink.
a purple pink. I was like, are my eyes playing tricks
Like
on
maybe
me?
maybe more lilac than pink. But it's a super pale lilac pink in the background, and
Yeah.
then the lines are a little more.
That's how I'd say. It's
purple.
like a pinkish lavender
Yeah.
lilac. I guess lilac's the perfect color for that.
Yeah,
So-
this is super great blender. Great for, again, appliques. I feel like appliques in so many different, especially Kimberbell projects, these would work really well. Adorable.
Adorable.
And this next one.
This
Oh
is a
my
fun
gosh.
one.
Yeah.
This gives off Barbie.
It does.
You know what? That's what I'm thinking of the whole time. Is this collection kind of gives that off. I love this. This is really pretty at the diamond print.
Yeah, this is super adorable. So we showed it before with the red. Now this is the pink diamond. And this is, again, I feel like this is a good basic to have in your stash. 'Cause this goes
think
with so
this
many
isn't
things.
good. I think this is great.
Great.
This is like the best. You know what? You're going to run into one of those Valentine's Day projects last minute. Even if you need a strip of this to sew across a tea towel like we usually do, and
Yeah.
then maybe even using this for appliques, you know what? There's that feature on the Avenir that you could take one of the fonts, is if you do the scan and cut my connection, you can then turn any design into an applique. That would look so good
It
for that.
would. It would.
I could do an S for my sister. That no, I have
Aw.
to get some of this before I leave.
Yeah, this is adorable. And again, 15% back on brand new Kimberbell fabric.
The only time it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh, wow.
Kathy's gonna be so mad when she comes back.
This is
She won't be mad for
beautiful.
long. We love you, Kathy. I hope that it's warm in Florida.
This is beautiful. This is adorable.
This is the best for last.
Strawberries and hearts with a red background. And you have like the different colored strawberries, the different colored hearts. This is so adorable.
So you know what I'm thinking of? I keep seeing every time I go out, and we have to teach it in IQ, and we'll probably use the scanning frame like we did. But I keep seeing all these hot pads in the shapes of like fruit and like mainly fruit. Like I saw like a lemon one, I saw a strawberry one. I was like, that would just be such a fun in the hoop project
that would be
to do.
super cute.
Like you could quilt it with like a little fancy fill. So
I see so many people now making like different types of pin cushions. So you can make a little strawberry pin cushion and use strawberry fabric. I feel like that would be adorable.
You know what? And Kathy said 80-degree runner. You know what? 10-minute table runner with any of these fabrics together too would be super easy. You could do the pin tucks with it as well.
Yeah.
The pin tucks are fun. I like
super cute for Valentine's Day.
Oh, you know what? I just got an idea looking at this pillow. So if you did the pin tucks on your serger, you could do the pin tucks with like a diamond pattern on maybe even this fabric as like the center of a 10-minute table runner. Okay, I'm going to make one of those. That would be fun. That would be a good one to show everyone.
Yeah, these are adorable. This is a brand new line, 15% back. Like Kathy said, this is the only time it's going to be available with 15% back. So take advantage while we have it.
Now, want to know the big thing that they could get 15% back on?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And that's why I would get it today if you've been thinking about it. So the brand new largest monster magnetic hoop. And you know what? They put a little monster on there. Now, I just think that's so funny. They put a little monster on there. So if you have a Radiance or an Avenir, I would get this hoop, especially if you're doing your edge-to-edge quilting, or even if you're doing in the hoop projects now. I think I still forgot to grab them. But they made those stable grips. So if you like to do your in the hoop projects, but you're worried about the top part shifting, those stable grips actually kind of lock this down in place so it doesn't move. Because I know, and I learned actually at our event, a lot of people don't like to use sometimes the regular hoops. It's just a little hard. And I know we love our magnetic hoops. So if you do have the Radiance or Avenir, I would get this while it's 15% back. Yeah. Because that's, what, 37 plus, what's another 5? That's almost like $50 back, I think, on this.
$50 back. And yeah, now's the time to get it.
Not the best with math, but I think it's almost $50 back. So if you've been thinking about this, you've had this on your Christmas list, this week is going to be the day to get it. So.
All right. What else do we have?
I think we have a bunch of other little fun things.
And we can kind of speed through all of them.
Yeah, we'll speed through them. So. People are probably like, John, I got to start cooking. Like, I have to start cooking when I get home. It's bad.
So
I have a lot of stuff I got to do.
You use these embroidery scissors today, right?
Yes. These, I love these. You know what? I've kind of always been very strict on just like my duck bells that I've been using. And then when I used these kind of for the first time the other day, because Kathy said, why don't you try using these? I like these a little bit better, at least when I'm trimming off the batting. It was just such an easy way to kind of glide through everything. So these are the Fomori 6-inch double curved scissors. I would definitely get a pair of these if you don't have them.
We also have a pattern notcher.
Oh, yeah. I haven't shown this in a long time. So if you don't have a pattern notcher and you ever want to get into making clothes, or you're doing a project like this that you have little notches that you want to make a mark with, like, let's say one of your erasable pens or your friction pens that I have in the lineup, you want to get one of these because it's a lot better than trying to like cut out a little piece of paper with your scissors. I probably shouldn't show it with these scissors, but I kind of want to show the difference real quick. So if I was even like cutting out a little triangle, you know, with my scissors, it's going to end up kind of shifting my notch a little bit down, and it can kind of mess with my placement. But when I use a pattern notcher, it's kind of perfect. Let me just trim off a little bit of this paper here. So we can see that's like cutting out a little triangle, but it kind of shifts it a little bit. And when I use my pattern notcher, it's perfect. It's nice, it's small, it's thin. It's the exact spot just for making our marking with our pens or lining up our notches. So I would get one if you don't have one. It's a great tool to have. And you might think, oh, well, I might not use it, but then you run into that one project and you're like, oh, I wish I had this. I have a couple pairs back at home.
Yeah. All right, and then the loop turner that we use today too.
So the loop turner. This was perfect for trying to not for trying, to flip out that spaghetti strap for our elastic casing. Now, that's important to have because otherwise it's just a big pain in the butt to try to like get it out the other way. The loop turner really does make this easy. I have a couple of these back at home too in different sizes. I use these all the time.
Okay. And we also have sew and wash.
Sharon, these ones, I know these are fabric, but the ones that we have in this drawer, we kind of all made note with each other that we use these for paper. So I don't want anybody to think I ruined a pair of fabric scissors. We've kind of been just using our Cais for fabric, so.
Okay, yeah. Sew and wash, which we used in today's project. The 20 by 25 yard roll. Again, 15% back, I would stock up.
And I love this brand of sew and wash. I used another brand before, and it just like left this gunky residue. So I kind of always recommend getting the one that we have. And it's perfect for when you're doing freestanding lace ornaments. I was working on a couple last night, so I want to get them done before the end of the week.
If you sign up for Spree Club, they're always giving you different freestanding lace designs. And like I feel like this is the best bang for your buck when it comes to sew and wash.
Yeah, you want to get a big roll. You won't think that you're going to go through a lot of it, but you really do. I was surprised how much. I mean, when Kathy and Mary Lou did all those sleeves for the event, they went through like a couple rolls of these. So.
Okay. So
now that's in the bubble right now. And once again, like Cait and I are saying, and we're going to keep saying it throughout the whole show, it is 15% back. And like, we kind of rarely do that. This might be the last time of the year that we're going to do 15.
Yeah.
So.
And we recommend that you check out like within an hour after the show, because after that we will be shutting the 15% off. But
so
next,
what we got next here?
The Kimberbell project batting.
Yes. Now, you know what? That's what I used for today. And I think that's really nice. It's really soft. Where did I put the mask at?
You're really soft, really good quality. Kimberbell always has the best quality.
So I really like that. That's soft. It's nice and easy on the eyes. And you know, you don't want anything that's like scratchy. I wouldn't want to use like the fusible batting because I feel like that this is pretty thin with satin. It might kind of leave like a scratchy feel, and I don't want that. I want something nice and soft, and this batting is going to be the best one to use. Now, we also have, so we didn't use Shape Flex. We'll add it in. We'll add the Fuse So Soft in, but this is what I was talking about a little bit before with Steam a Seam. So to close that seam on our eye mask here, I would just cut a little piece and then just iron it closed instead of hand stitching it. I don't think I would want to machine stitch it. I mean, you could, but personally, I just wouldn't want it because then you would kind of see the stitching line. So I would just use Steam a Seam, kind of close it and make it look very seamless and very luxurious.
And we use Steam a Seam all the time. Gloria loves it, especially for in the hoop projects.
Especially for in the hoop. And you know what? Whenever we do those wall hangings or pillow backs, Steam a Seam is the way to go.
Yeah. We also, do you want to talk a little bit about the sublimation printer?
You know, yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit. So I have it over here, actually. I'm not sure if everybody can see.
You can turn this on.
So this is the Brother sublimation printer here. It's called the SP1, and that is what we use today to print out our sublimation image on that sublimation paper to heat transfer to that satin. Now, we've been showing this a lot because there's so many fun things you could really do with sublimation, but it's perfect for those last minute gifts. So if you're doing tumblers for the whole family, you know what? You could easily wrap those and heat press those, and I think that's a great gift. But the thing I really love about it is the embroidery end, because that's a great feature on Brother with their Artspira app. And you can actually very easily do sublimation embroidery design. So you embroider with just white thread, and then you'll heat press the color onto it. Cait and I did it back at the fall event, and everybody had so much fun with it. It was just such a fun project, and we used it for a couple things, like a table runner and bags. And then we mainly did tea towels, but I have a couple more projects planned with it. But if you wanted to get a sublimation printer, I have a couple in stock. The 15% is excluded on this, but I would definitely put this on my Christmas list. This one is on my Christmas list, actually, because there's so many fun things that you could do with it. And I really feel like we've only just kind of scraped the surface of the types of projects that we could do with it. So I have that in the bubble now. And I have the printer by itself. Now we also have a bundle where you get an extra set of inks and an extra set of sublimation paper as well, which is really nice because you do save a little bit with the bundle. So that's the Brothers Sublimation printer. We love it. So many fun projects that you could do with it. And you know, so many people have been sending in online all the fun projects they've made. I think if Elisa's watching, she made these cute little ornaments of her dog Reggie, and she did send them in, and I meant to text her, thank you, but they were so cute.
We have them.
Oh, wait, we have it.
Mhm.
Look how cute this is that she made. She made one for all of us, actually. It was
Yeah,
really
she printed
cute.
this out for her pillow at the spring event
Oh, that's,
or fall
okay.
event.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
So yeah, this was so cute. But you can make your own ornaments like this too.
Mhm.
I think that's a fun thing to hand
Yeah,
out.
super fun. And I think we did have sublimation blanks. Like you can make like wine bags. They have tons of different blanks
Do
that
we
you
have the
can
wine
use.
bag? We'll find it. We'll
Yeah.
come back to it. But once again, so many different fun projects you could use, and even using it with IQ Designer
Yeah.
like we did today.
Yeah. And yeah, we do want to show more projects using the printers
Oh,
because
we will.
there's so much you can do with
We
both
will.
of them. Both
We
of the
definitely will.
Yeah.
So, here's my favorite part. I'm going to put it on. I think Gloria just walked back in. Maybe she'll walk in and see me like this. Is that Gloria?
I think that is.
I want to get her reaction.
Gloria, do you want to come in and say hi? Sure.
All right, thank you. Yes, I just got my hair done. So John and I, so we're all for Christmas. We're all going to the Benedum, which is a beautiful, would you call it? Music hall, I guess.
Music hall.
And we're all going together, and John is going to bring this. He's going to wear this. I'm going to do one too, and we're going to wear lighted hats. Just you and I, or should everyone wear it? Everybody should have a lighted hat.
I mean, I'm fine being the only person. If everybody did it, it would be
It'd be
so
really
funny.
funny. Yeah.
So you need a nice, cozy scarf this winter.
Yeah,
too.
you do. I love these, don't you?
I like it.
Yeah. So
I love it.
So are these are the ones we have?
Mhm.
Did we get any more?
These were the two that we had in.
Okay.
And then we got to get more. 'cause they
We
have
gotta
other
get more.
colors.
I know, but these are the more luxurious ones. I forget what they called this. Now hang on, let me tell you what it's called. Vienna,
Vienna.
I guess. If
That's
we,
so pretty.
where is Vienna? Austria. Oh, Vienna, Austria.
Is that
right?
Is that Austria or is that?
I think that might be
Vienna, Austria. The
That's what I was
Vienna
thinking. I
choir
was thinking
is
it was
where?
Italy.
Italy?
Yeah, that
Vienna.
sounds-
We better check. Does anybody know where Vienna is? Yeah. So, yeah, they want more projects using the printer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
We have
yeah,
to
I
show
thought
Gloria
Vienna
her
was
eye mask.
Austria.
Austria. Yeah.
I still have
Yeah.
to wash out the sewing wash, so I have to flip it back out. But we made that for you, the picture you gave us.
Oh, wow. This was, do you tell them it was a restaurant in Maui, Hawaii. And you, actually the swans, there was water in the restaurant where the swans would swim by you. He said, what was the night, what did you ask me the nicest place? And my mind immediately went to that. It was like unbelievable. It was so pretty. It was at the Hyatt on Maui. Yeah, so it was Austria. See, they're all
Austria.
saying Austria. So this brings back wonderful, wonderful memories. It was my first incentive trip that I won as a sewing machine dealer, and it was before I had kids. And Kathy was born in '87.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so it was a long, long time ago. So yeah, so that brings back. So I will wear this. So we.
Is it going to help
I
you
don't
sleep
know.
that night?
Yeah, maybe.
blocks out all the
No,
light.
probably not. But we're going to bring them to the show, right?
Yeah,
And
we
we're going to
have
put them
to.
on. We're going to put them on. Oops. Okay, let me see. Is this the way it's supposed to go? Like this? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to put them on over our eyes. We're going to have a lighted hat on, and we're going to be in the moment and just see what the crowd around us does. Yes, we have to wear our lighted hat. I better
have
go. I
to.
better go order more. Right?
We have
Now,
to.
did you show these yet? These scarves?
We just started showing them.
Okay, because Oh, I like yours with the fancy fill. Wow. But I wanted to show them what I'm working on
Show them
Tommy's thing.
this.
And so the book is so awesome. I know we're late. But it's worth it. It's worth it.
It's always
Tom-
worth the wait. It's
Tommy is
beautiful.
working on his next one. He's over there right now working on the next one. But I think they said to us that once he has like 6 different projects like this done, that he's ready to go out and promote it and sell it to other stores. So that'll be a whole nother dimension, right? Yeah, it'll be awesome. But everybody's gonna get, the fabric kit. They get the designs on a flash drive with a cute little fall charm, and then they're getting this hanger. And then, of course, the box and the little tote bag, stuff like that. So
I know.
hopefully we'll. They'll be
right
happy.
here. I was like wondering where it's at.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? It is so good.
I mean, just like
So-
look at all the detail that goes into his
I mean,
work.
he has done so many unbelievable projects, and we should bring them back out again. The Christmas one with Nancy Halverson,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
we
the
have to.
January one. See, yeah. So his focus now is using his own artwork,
Mhm.
and so then he can go wholesale them and sell them all over. Yeah. So that's where he's hoping that it goes. Yeah, great show, Kathy Camposano says. I'm
Aw.
lucky to have John and Cait and Sophie behind the scenes too. I know, we have young people here that, well, they know video, they know computers inside and out. I said spreadsheets just come out of their brains. They don't even have to think about it. And so they have, and then we've young people that know how to sew, and Cait wants to learn how to sew. So we have the next generation taking over. I mean, when have we done a show where we haven't had an older person in it? So I think this is great. It means, our business lasted 42 years. It's going to last another 42,
Yep.
right? At least another 42. There's all different, like people say, that my hairdresser just said that. It's a lost art. It's like they don't realize how many people are out there sewing.
That's what I'm always
Yeah.
told every time.
And it's just a different kind of sewing. They want to do remaking clothing that they get in the thrift stores
Mhm.
because they can't buy fabric. So you guys are going to bring a whole new audience to us, right?
It'll be fun.
Right. Yeah. And so I can't imagine anybody not wanting to embroider, but it's just doing what you guys want to embroider. That's what we got to come up with, because we want the next generation to start doing it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Dawn,
good.
I'll put those in the bubble for us real quick with Tommy's kit. Can people still buy them?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
We'll add those into the bubble.
Our dream is, because these projects make our store different than any other store in the country. And so, well, now you guys got to meet Kendallin too. They haven't met
They have to
Kendallin.
meet her.
She loves to merchandise, which means she loves to make displays and make the store look really nice. So it's something we've needed for a while. But I told her, and Ian loves to do that too. You know that.
Mhm.
He likes to do that. And I said to him, I would love to have a display of this and then a basket below it all year long. And so, because people come in from all over the country and they know they're never going to come back. And so if I had these on display with a basket full of the kits, it would be wonderful. We got to
Exactly.
do it.
And when
we
we
got to
do
do
the
it.
shop hop, did we tell
Yes.
them about that yet?
Yeah,
Am I allowed to
yeah.
say that yet?
Yeah, we are. We're going to do the Western Pennsylvania shop hop, but we're also going to do the Mid-Atlantic shop hop. I have to get all my forms filled out, but I will do that, and we're going to be in that again too. So
It'll be fun. And it's always so fun meeting new people, and then people
Yeah.
come in and visit us.
Uh-huh.
It's always so nice to speak with everyone.
I know, it
so.
amazes us that people. What somebody just recently was in Michigan, and she lives in Virginia, and she kind of made a swoop around and stopped to see us on our way back from
Mhm.
Virginia, which that amazes us. that they're-
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
on Saturday, Joanne was in. She got her Destiny from us. Her son lives up the street, but she lives in Maryland.
Yeah.
So she came in and visited. It's always so nice to
Yeah.
see people
Yeah,
that
it is.
we've
it
spoken
is.
with or see over to live. but-
Yeah, I told her
Yeah.
she has to come back more often because then we could teach her more things. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think, she's brand new on IQ Designer, so I need to get some more basic IQ Designer lessons in. And Cait wants to write a book with me, so she will help me do all the graphics. So we're going to do our own IQ Designer
have
book.
to.
We have to. We have to.
Who
Yeah.
else teaches IQ Designer like Gloria? That's how I was
I'm,
able to
like,
learn
so
it so
proud of-
easily.
Let me go get my project that I'm working on right now. Oh, did I leave it over at the
So in the bubble right now, since a couple
store.
people asked, it says
Oh, here.
pre-order, and those kits are about to be going out soon. So that's Tommy's design, Harvest Home, the one I was just holding up. So this one right here. So if you still want to order that, you can. Now, I do have to let everyone know, his designs are excluded from the 15% back. I just want to let everyone know that. But his designs are just gorgeous.
They are. His stitches are
Flawless.
perfect.
Flawless. There's not a
Yeah.
stitch out of place.
No, he's so particular. That's why it takes him so long. They're like, and there's so much detail. But this is my project for the Christmas bundle that we're doing. So this one's not done yet. This one, you know what I forgot, which I think I forgot to leave a seam allowance. I totally forgot. So I'm remembering this time not to cut off all the fabrics all around the edge. This one I did good. So I'll be showing that. But look at how pretty that's going to be.
That's going to be gorgeous.
Ooh,
And that's our
yeah.
Christmas bundle.
Yeah, that's part of the Christmas bundle. Yes, I have to sew all these together here. Maybe this one will be able to see it better up here. Yeah, so you can see how nice that's going to look. The kits, Claire is already starting the kits.
Mhm.
So that's really good. All right. Well, I'll let you go back to the show if that's okay, because I got to go email somebody and I got to work on Tommy's kits. I got to get them out. All right. I'm going to give you my, okay, as long as you're good
Yep.
with that.
I think
Ready?
Gloria really liked the eye mask, so that's a good thing. She likes this one. This one was really pretty with the shell fancy film. So we have a couple other things we're going to show real quick. So USB with charm.
I just put that in there.
Okay.
It's the
Okay,
big
we could
USB.
show
Yeah,
that.
just 1 second. I saw one.
That's a
up
new one
here.
for me, but look at that. That's really cute. Oh, it's one of those gold USBs with the, I like this charm. It's really cute. So Kate's grabbing one real quick.
All right. So we have been using these gold charms for all of our projects that we've been sending out. The fall bundle, we'll be using them for the Christmas bundle, and these always work in all of our machines.
Mm-hmm.
So these are 4 gigabyte USBs, and they come with a little charm. And so I would get your hands on them just because they work for all of our designs. It's really good to have a few extra USBs, especially since a lot of companies are switching over to digital downloads. I feel like it's really good to get your hands on some USBs. And these are always formatted correctly too.
And can I just point out, let's just zoom in. I always say we've gotten these for all of like our events. This is like the most bougiest USB. It's gold, it's beautiful, it's glamorous. I love it. So I don't think it gets cooler than this. So if you do want to get a couple of these, we have those in the bubble. And it is 15% back on that too.
Mm-hmm.
So we use these ones all the time here. And we have them available for you guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, up next, we showed the loop turner.
Do we want to show the elastics that we have in stock?
Yeah, so we have a few elastics in stock too. So we have some of the by Annie's. Now Tiffany likes to use these for bag patterns. You could kind of use this as like a binding on certain things or your necklines of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I kind of used because I didn't have 1/2 inch on hand for me. So I just folded it in half and stitched it down with a zigzag. But we have a few different colors. There is yellow. And then we'll just adjust the quantity of this, Sophie, because I know I have this one in stock. Then there is also black. And I think it should be in...
They can always put it to waitlist and...
Yeah, you could also put it to waitlist too if you want. There we go. And then there's also this beige color as well. So these are always good to have on hand. It's actually really nice to have fold over elastic if you're making like a tank top, because I've used it before instead of doing like a binding. It's a little easier to sew it because it is a knit. And it's a nice way to finish off those raw edges. So actually Cait did get a couple of these for her first project, a tank top. So I was showing her how to use a serger, but doing the binding is a little easier for first project with the fold over elastic. Now, we also have a couple other things. So Sophie, I'll let you pick whatever's next and I'll grab it. Oh, wait, let's do the Mastering IQ book. Did I grab it? Is it still over here?
I don't think we have it over here.
Well, I'll talk about it real quick because you can get 15% back on that today. So we do a lot of fun projects out of that book, and it is such a great way to learn and break down every step of IQ Designer to have on hand. Now, I always say Gloria does the best, and that's why she has to make her own book with it. But we have used that book for so many different projects. Cait has it right here. And we really use the book. This is like, we joke about this, but this is how you know we use our book when it's starting to fall apart, right? So there's so many fun projects in here. And Gloria's taught a lot of them, but like doing I'll show the picture part, doing like a mug koozie or how to use it in your embroidery designs. I mean, it's just such a good book to learn everything with embroidery, really. And I would say, like, if you have like a Solaris, a Luminaire, a Radiance, the Avenir, you know, it's always a great way to just learn a new technique as well. And then this could lead into something too. I mean, Tommy started a little bit with IQ Designer, and then he just jumped up through all the different softwares. So, I mean, Cait, you've learned a lot out of this book.
I have. Yeah. I mean, obviously I've learned so much from Gloria too, but this book is definitely something that she lives by. It teaches you the basics. Even if you don't necessarily think that you'll need to use a project in here, it's always good to just use scrap fabric, go through it, and it allows you to learn all of the different functions of IQ Designer. Melissa, that USB we showed does work on the Radiance and the Avenir.
Those are all formatted for the Radiance and Avenir. So now, the next one we have is, let's do our seam rippers and our pens, because you guys are going to need the pens for this project. So I wouldn't use chalk, because chalk sometimes like doesn't wash out of satin. So I like to use a heat erasable pen. So that first one is Mark Be Gone. So that just leaves a nice little line right there that just will heat erase that I use to line up the elastic straps. And then we also have a couple different colors. So is this one the blue one?
So this is actually a water soluble.
Oh, this one's water.
Marker.
Well, if you're using the sew and wash.
Yeah, if you're using the sew and wash, which you would be using if you're doing like the
fancy fill.
Yeah.
So I would do the water soluble if you're using the sew and wash. I'll show it another day. Now, these clover ones, this is the white one, this heat erases. I use these all the time. I actually have a cup of these back at home because it's easy to lose a pen. So I have a couple of these, and friction pens. Now the white ones, this is perfect if you're doing a black fabric. I used it when I was making this last night real quick to mark out the lines on the black one here, because it's a little bit harder to see the other inks on black. So I would always get a white pen to have on handy. You will use this for so many different projects, and I can guarantee you that. Even marking out positioning for embroidery too on black fabric. Yeah. I like to use those. And then we have our friction pens next. So it's the 3-pack.
Of these?
Yep. And once again, I use these all the time. It's super important to have these. I would get one white pen in the set of 3 to have all the different colors that you would need for all of your projects. It's just super important to have, even when you're marking those notches or you're marking embroidery positioning or something for your quilt or seam allowance, all the time. Now, I know I did show the last step with erasing out those stitches. If you don't want to follow that way, which I'm actually going to recommend that you do, you could use a seam ripper to pluck out those few stitches for an opening here, which is what I was doing on the other ones, and I'm happy I changed it kind of on the stream here today, because I think it's going to be a little bit nicer if I don't have to seam rip and accidentally rip my fabric like I did on this one. So, but you always need a seam ripper. Yeah. So many different applications. And we have the clover one here, so that's just a regular one. But I really like these ones.
Oh my gosh, these Kai ones are the best.
So you know why I like these ones, Cait, and I showed you and Kendallin the other day. But if we're going over a surged edge now, that's 4 threads for an overlock. It just cuts through it like butter. It's perfect. I think everybody needs one of these Cait seam rippers. We use them for a lot of different projects. All those pillows Kathy did, she had to seam rip all of them.
Yep. Okay. Let's see what else.
So
we
the
have.
next one is the point turner. Did I grab it? There it is.
We have this one, yeah, the OASD point turner, which we could have opened and used for the eye mask today.
I have 8 of these open. Like, here's what I don't get. Every time I do a show, especially like me and you, I go to look for something and it's not there. So it's like, and I know I have 8 of them open, so I don't want to open another one. Now, these point turners are perfect. It's very precision, and I like the ball on the bottom of them. So when we're turning out those masks, it's really easy to just kind of run through. You don't have to worry about accidentally breaking your stitches. Don't use your scissors as a point turner. You will end up ruining your project. I've done that before. So these are the best ones in my opinion. I like these a lot because it's double-ended. Now, wait, I have to talk about one of the best deals for today. So let's hold both of them up. Which color do you want to hold?
I'll take the white one.
Okay. And I'll take the red one. I wonder if we should plug one in. I think the cord's still in here. Well, we should have showed it packaged in the box. So, well, I'll just carry it over real quick. So, we have a really good deal on Laura Stars, actually, because I'm letting, for today, 15% back go on those. So, that's on both of the Laura Star Iggy steamers. Now, I convinced Cait you got one.
I did.
I love this little steamer here. So it's a handheld steamer, and I should maybe plug it in. I'll plug it in, even though I have the iron plugged in. So I kind of have to unplug the iron. Cait, why don't you talk about this for 1 second real quick?
Okay. Well, this steamer is super portable. I got one, like John said, just because I am new to sewing and I'm making a lot of clothes, and so I feel like I could definitely use this. But also, like he said, with the steam, you can use it on curtains, on different clothes. If you have something like this that I wouldn't necessarily want to iron, this is great.
So Cait and I talked about this. Sorry, I started choking. I don't know how I'm always choking on the live stream. It's bad. So I like to iron, but I know you like to steam.
Yeah.
So you were doing your curtains the other day, which was nice. So I love the Iggy. It's a fun little steamer here. So there is both the intense red and then the white. So it is 15% back on it, and it drop ships straight to your house. And I'm going to show a really good thing about Laura Star. So you could do this with your steamer, you could do this with your ironing board, or the lift. So all the Laura Star products, even the ones that like we don't have listed with your irons, today only is going to be 15% back, and that will just drop ship straight to your house from Laura Star's facility. This is the best Christmas gift you could get somebody too. If you have a grandchild or a niece or nephew or a daughter or son that's in college right now, this is essential. I don't think colleges let them have irons in the dorms.
It depends. I wasn't allowed an iron in my dorm.
But you were allowed a steamer, right?
Yes.
And look at the cute packaging. So here's what I have to show about this steam. So with all of Laura Star's products, it uses the DMS steam system, dry microfine steam. Every time I say that, they're like, what do you mean? So it comes out as a dry steam, not a wet steam. And I always say, think of it like a gas. So
Let me move this over a little bit.
and you don't get burnt. Yeah, we can move this over.
Okay.
So I wanted to show a really nice thing about this because I have my grandfather's jacket here. This is my grandfather's. And I've been wearing this a lot. And Gloria asked, where'd you get that jacket? And I said, oh, it was my grandfather's. So this is a suede. I would not put this in the wash at all. That would ruin it. But I also don't want to spend a bunch of money taking this to the dry cleaners. So I can easily take my Laura Star and I can steam this And because it's not a wet steam, I don't have to worry about ruining this. So if this was a little bit crinkly, or I just wanted to freshen it up, because this is a hygienic steam and it kills 99% of germs, viruses, bacteria, and dust mites, I can easily kind of go over the lining and kind of sanitize everything with the jacket, which is what I really like about the Laura Stars. And I gotta point out, look at how beautiful this gold is. Gloria finally said, she was like, you have to order the gold for a floor model, and I just love it. I call it Gloria Gold. So this is the limited edition Laura Star Lift 1980, and I love a limited edition. So, but the gold is just so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So that was another thing I kind of wanted to show. I know a lot of people got this iron recently. So if you do have something that's like a suede jacket or a leather jacket that you kind of want to sanitize the lining on the inside or kind of freshen it up a little bit, you could steam over it and you don't have to worry about ruining it, which is the nice thing, because I would not want to ruin this jacket. It is very special to me. So but that's a nice thing that you could do with your Laura Stars. Now, the Iggy is drop shipped straight to you from Laura Star. So if you want to get the 15% back on it, straight to your house, love it. Perfect Christmas gift.
I agree.
But I got to know, what's people's favorite color? I kind of like the red.
I kind of like the white. The white's my favorite.
I like the red. I don't know. There should be the battle of colors. We'll see who wins. Now, there is one last thing I think I want to show. Do we have the cookie skillet in the lineup?
We do.
Look how cute this is.
Okay.
I love this. Like, you need 6 of these. At least 4 or 2 if you're a couple. Would you and Brian make these?
Yes, we would.
This would be so cute. I did buy 2 of them, but I might have to get another 2. So if you're having like a little dinner party or anything, look at this. It's a little, well, this one's not a cookie, it's a brownie. It's a little cast iron pan, which you can reuse as many times as you want. And you make the brownie in it, and then you put a little scoop of ice cream on top. This is such a fun stocking stuffer. But even if you're just having like a little party or a girls' night, that would be fun. So you can make eye masks and make a brownie at the same time.
I'm actually, after work today, I'm going to a Friendsgiving, and I got a few of these, and we're going to make it a little activity. We all bake them together. And
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Friendsgiving, so if you have a lot of family members, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, do we have the cocktail mixes in?
We do.
We got to show these. So you get a random one. So Ryan gets to pick all of these out. So he's the decider of your drinks for the night. And if you get a couple, you'll probably end up getting one of 3. But it's a nice drink mix. So they have Cosmos, margaritas, and mojitos. I think margarita is going to be my favorite. So
yeah, these are just great. They make 1 cocktail each, but it's just super fun thing to get in your stocking or to take to a party. Good as like a housewarming gift.
Now, there's directions on the back of it. So in a cocktail mixer or glass, pour 3 ounces of sparkling water, add the powder, and dissolve. Add ice and 1.5 ounces of tequila and enjoy. I think Joni said she would do 2 full ounces. But there's nothing wrong with that.
It's super, super easy if you want just a fancy drink. But, you know, you might not have everything you need to make an actual margarita or an actual Cosmo. These taste just the same.
Well, hey, I mean, we tried these, and you used to bartend. So these are fun. And they're great little stocking stuffer, too, for friends, family members. So.
Okay. And then one more thing that I know that we just got in. And I'm super excited about these.
Do I have another machine template? That was so funny. Do I still have it? I have to see if I could find it.
So these are little glue tape pens. And so obviously Christmas time, we're all wrapping our different presents. And we always use tape for our presents. But sometimes when you want the gift to look a little nicer, the tape ruins it a little bit if you're taping together the seams. So these little glue pens, they are actually double-sided tape. And so all you do is, do you have a piece of paper I can use this on?
I don't want to use Kathy's quote. We forgot to
okay.
show this, but we'll use it. So if you're wrapping something, let's say the ornament maybe.
Yeah, let's say we're opening up the ornaments. So this is going to be a really bad wrapping job. But we can fold these over here. So if I take this, and it clips like a pen, so super easy to use. If you take this and run it along here, it leaves a strip of tape. And then you can just place that on there. And it tapes it up, and you can't even see it. I think this is like the best invention ever.
You know what? This is a need for Christmas time because I have so many gifts I have to wrap for everybody here. Now, what you can also do if you're looking at a new sewing machine, feel free to stop in. I have a couple handouts, and you could use that to wrap everyone's gift. And that's a real subtle way of saying you want a sewing machine for Christmas.
But yeah, I mean, you get 2 in 1 pack, and then you also get 4 refills. So it's not like you're just using this once and you're throwing it away. It lasts so long, and you'll have so many refills, and you can use this for birthdays, Christmases, anniversaries, anything.
You know what? I have a big family, so there's a lot of gifts I have to wrap.
Yeah. All right.
Get an extra refill pack.
Yeah.
I'll probably go through all of them. But yeah, I love those. Now, one last thing we should talk about, since it is Kimberbell Wednesday and we're filling in, but we've been a lot less Kimberbell today. So there is that bench pillow that we have. And we have this in. This is a pre-order?
Yeah, so this is actually, it's not a pre-order because we have everything in stock now. So this is a event that they're doing in probably January, I think closer to Valentine's Day. It's called Sweetheart Street Bench Pillow. And so if you had the Hoppin' Down the Bunny Trail bench pillow from earlier this year that Kimberbell did, super fun. It's, I forget what the size of the bench pillow is, 16 by 38 inch bench pillow. And this is adorable. It utilizes all of those new fabrics that we just showed today. So if you got any of those, you can make matching like home decor to go along with the pillow.
Yeah. Wait, is that all this is?
Yes.
That's it. It's only $44.99.
$44.99, 15% back.
$44.99 with 15% back. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's an amazing deal.
So this bench pillow is so adorable. You have little houses. It's like, oh yeah, it's Sweetheart Street. It's a street.
It's a
lined with
street.
Houses.
Oh my
and little
gosh.
street signs. And so you can get, this is the design that's in the bubble now. It's a digital download, but it's all machine embroidery. So most of this is made in the hoop, and then you just piece it together. This is adorable. I think you can see on the back some better pictures of all of the designs, but this is adorable. And you can also purchase the embellishment kit separately. So we can put that in the bubble now. And so this is the embellishment kit. You get everything you need. You get the zipper for the pillow. You get the little lights. Oh my gosh, there's fairy lights in it.
I love
adorable.
That. That's adorable.
But you get all the fairy lights, the little buttons that you sew on, some glitter, thread. Looks like some... What would you call that?
Those are like little lights and string.
Yeah.
And like little, I don't know if those are pins.
I think those are buttons that you sew on.
Wait, they're buttons. Get out. That's adorable.
Yeah.
And then here's the fabric kit. So is this separate, right?
Yes,
or
it is. Yes.
So here's everything you need for it, right? You got all the fabrics for everything.
And it's all packaged really cute in this sweet little box. And again, this is all of that fabric we showed earlier is what we utilize in this project. And so you can see that main print right here, I'm sure is used for the backing of the pillow, I assume. But this is just super adorable. I would get your hands on it. This is all, we have it all in now. So if you want to get a head start on making this for Valentine's Day, we do have everything in, so we can ship that. It's not a pre-order.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also the fat quarter bundle here, right? So, and then I saw a question about the thread kit. Those aren't out yet, are they?
I'm not sure.
Is there a thread kit?
I
think, I remember I was with, when Kathy and I did IQ last Wednesday, or not IQ, I remember her mentioning about the thread kit and that those aren't out yet, I think. So,
We have the thread kit as a product, but we never like pre-ordered
Okay.
it 'cause we
Yeah,
didn't know
so-
how many we could get.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the thread kit next week. So, but yeah, super cute. So I know that we kind of jump all around the place. And also these fat quarter bundles are 15% back. And like,
that is a lot of fabric, a lot of cute fabric.
it's the whole collection.
With 15% back. It's just
the whole
adorable.
collection.
I would get it, especially if you are making this project.
Yeah. You know what? Well, if you're getting, compared to yardage, if you want a little bit of everything, perfect. So, well, that was a lot today.
Yeah.
So thank you for everybody that stuck with us. We really appreciate it. We always appreciate your support here and supporting Gloria as well.
Mhm.
So I hope that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that you all make some eye masks and that you have the best night's sleep ever, right? That's what I'm going to do tonight before the craziness of tomorrow with Thanksgiving Day. But I hope that everybody had a lot of fun. And once again, thank you guys. So
Thank
we
you.
will see you on Friday.